Hi, I'm Mike McGowan. Well, we have nearly reached the end of NOAA's first virtual conference. While this was not the way we wanted to hold NOAA's 18th National Conference, the Board of Directors, staff, and volunteers hope that you learned about living with albinism and connected with the albinism community. Now is traditionally the time that I thank those who made the conference possible. I try my best to mention everyone who was involved in making the conference happen. Invariably, I miss someone. For anyone I forgot, please know that is not intentional, and please accept my apology. I sincerely appreciate everyone whose work goes into the conference. NOAA is blessed with many expert speakers who devote their time to inform and educate. Thanks to all the conference presenters. This conference would not have been possible if it weren't for the extremely generous donations from Beverly Kaiser of Illinois and the Delta Gamma Foundation. To everyone who made a donation while registering for this virtual conference, for those attending who have donated since the conference started, and for those who will make a donation in the future based on attending the conference, and for those who graciously gave all or part of their registration fee for the in-person conference, thank you, thank you, thank you. NOAA couldn't do it without you. With slightly less than 4 months to go before the conference, the planning team had to rip up all our plans and start over. I am grateful and honestly quite impressed that the team rose to the challenge. There are some people I would like to recognize for hours and hours they spent to figure out how to do a virtual conference. NOAA's marketing and communications team did great work getting the word out and letting people know what a great conference this could be. Thanks to the team members, Ali Adema, Lori Aubrey, Marlena Barber, Brandy Darby, Reagan Gentile, Lee Laughlin, and Emily Silva. A big thank you to those who put together the youth programs, Tricia Thomas, Megan Roman, and Alyssa McGowan. Jill Gorman and Kathy Garza coordinated the educational program for the conference. Great work, ladies. Thank you. Thanks for the fun social activities go to Ali Adema, Marlena Barber, Christy Falco, and Angela Adamo. Once again, NOAA owes a debt of gratitude to Ed Dalton and Kelsey Thompson for their work on the amazing opening session videos. A big thanks to Alyssa McGowan for her invaluable help with a video that you'll see in a little bit. Shout out to Emily Silva for her excellent video production skills. And I would like to thank my wife, Sherry, for all of her help and support in shooting videos for the conference. A virtual conference requires a much larger technical team than we are used to. Thanks to our tech team, Debbie Kitchen, Tag Gorman, and Hope Aubrey. Thanks very much to our video editors, Matt Hernandez, Sophie Ostrov, Jake Ostrov, Kyle Gorman, and Tag Gorman. And a shout out to Emily Silva for her creativity. Way to go, NOAA Virtual Choir. Thank you goes to the 35 people who shared their talent with us. I would be remiss if I didn't express heartfelt gratitude to two very talented people who have given NOAA a precious gift. Marlena and Mark Barber labored long and hard on a project that will touch your hearts. Marlena recruited, coordinated, and managed the NOAA PWA choir. I thought that it would be hard to top the all PWA choir's version of This Is Me at the closing of the 2018 conference in Kansas City. Well, folks, she did it. Marlena's husband, Mark Barber, gave countless hours of his time to compile and edit a truly special musical performance you will see later. I have a suggestion. Have a tissue ready. Marlena and Mark, you are two incredibly special people. I don't have words that can thank you enough. For over 20 years, there has been a powerful dynamo that has given her all to NOAA. It would take me a long time to list all of the talents that Lori Aubrey brings to the table. It would take even longer to list everything Lori has done for NOAH and the albinism community over the last 2 decades. And it would take still longer to list every person whose life Lori has touched with her first-rate service, extreme patience, and endless kindness. NOAH would not be where it is at today without Lori Aubrey. With our most sincere gratitude, thank you, Lori, for all you do. And now, let's acknowledge NOAH's amazing fundraising hosts.
To our fundraiser hosts, donors, and attendees, NOAH couldn't do its important work without you. We can't thank you enough for your continued support. Our 2020 spring fundraiser may not have gone as planned, but we managed to squeeze in a few events in person or online throughout the craziness. Last but not least, a special shout out to our fundraising teams who had to cancel or postpone due to COVID-19 and brought their fundraising online anyways.
Hi, it's Sheila Adamo from Building Parent Connections. I'm here to speak to you today about the new parent program that Michelle O'Connor and I facilitate for NOAH. This program is a program that's so near and dear to my heart that we connect parents to trained parent liaisons to discuss raising a child with albinism and to really provide education, support, and guidance along this wonderful journey of parenthood. Today, we are saying goodbye to 3 of our wonderful parent liaisons, and I wanted to share a little bit about them and show a great amount of gratitude for all their work and dedication to connect parents. The first parent I'd like to talk about is Jill Gorman. Jill Gorman has and continues to step up for any role within NOAH that needs filling. But as a parent liaison, she's been so dedicated and willing to connect with parents any way that they would like, and she provides the best information. As part of a feedback survey that we got from parents, a little bit of that feedback from a new parent was, as a new mom, I was scared and overwhelmed when researching albinism, and having a whole community to reach out to has been such a blessing. The book and the parent liaison helped us embrace the diagnosis that our new baby girl received, and I love seeing all the things that children are capable of doing. So thank you, Jill, for making that feedback possible, and I look forward to connecting with you in many different roles within albinism in the future. The next parent like that I would like to share and talk to you about is Mary Hines. Mary Hines has basically been the support for the whole New York area, which is no small feat. She has connected parents, and they have built wonderful relationships through her dedication. Some feedback that Mary has received from other parents was Mary Beth was a lifesaver. She was what I needed. She also put me in touch with another mother in the city who had a baby around the same time as me. That friendship has been invaluable. Mary also received feedback, including NOAH provided these connections, and Mary Beth really listened to me and kept me positive when I was unbelievably devastated. Mary, you're going to be missed deeply, and I will miss your wit and humor and your dedication. Thank you so much. And the last but not least is Andrea Wade. Andrea, your dedication and willingness to learn and step out of your comfort zone has inspired me. You have helped us greatly with the Parent Liaison Manual, and your attention to detail and your work ethic has always brought you together with parents, and you've never said no to a parent, so a connection to a parent. So I greatly appreciate that, and you will be deeply missed, your sincerity and honesty. One of the feedback that Andrea was able to receive was from a parent was, I felt good knowing that other parents who really knew what we were experiencing, recognizing the reality of raising a child with albinism. He gave us positive perspective and tips and suggestions for the unique aspects of raising a child with albinism. Andrea, thank you so much, and I'll miss you personally, and I hope that our paths connect again soon in the future. Thank you, all three of these wonderful volunteers, and thank you to all the other parent liaisons that make the path for a new parent with albinism a little bit easier. Thanks a lot. Bye.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed our world. We now must rethink the way we work, educate, and socialize while dealing with a dangerous contagion. Like all crises, the pandemic brings both danger and opportunity. NOAA sees an opportunity to take some of what we've learned from living with the coronavirus to advance our mission. Video conferencing technology existed long before the pandemic. Necessity pushed all of us to use tools like Zoom and GoToMeeting on a regular basis. We have learned that while video conferencing is no substitute for physical human interaction, it opens many possibilities. For example, NOAA initiated the Social Distancing with Friends series when the country went on lockdown. Sessions for teens and young adults with albinism, virtual happy hours for PWAs and parents, and family time brought the NOAA family together online during stay-at-home orders. NOAA plans to leverage virtual technology to further our mission. Building on our experience with the Social Distancing with Friends series and this virtual conference, NOAA will extend educating and connecting the albinism community on an ongoing basis. Over the coming weeks and months, NOAA will roll out new virtual programming. This new virtual programming will have 4 components: support forums, interest group meetings, educational sessions, and social activities. We have been able to do in person at past conferences, but could not fit into a virtual conference. Support forums will be group discussions focused on segments of the community or specific topics, like the forums at past conferences. These could include, for example, a discussion made up of adult women with albinism to discuss the things that they face. Interest groups will bring parts of the community together with particular issues. Examples of such groups are parents without pigments, LGBTQ, adoptive parents, and people of color with albinism. Educational sessions will cover a wide range of topics related to albinism. We intend to create virtual sessions on topics that were not able to be covered during this virtual conference, but would have if we had gathered in person. We will also make social opportunities available for people just to hang out and enjoy each other's company and the fellowship of the albinism community. Keep an eye on NOAA's social media channels and your email inboxes for more information. It will take determination and effort to make this vision a reality. We will need volunteers to host and moderate sessions and to make presentations. And NOAA will need to beef up staff and increase overhead to properly conduct and support this programming. To make sure this happens, if you have not already done so, please consider volunteering and/or donating to NOAA. And here is another way for you to serve NOAA.
Hi, my name is Christy Falco. I am on NOAA's Board of Directors and I am the Board Development Chair. I wanted to let you know that over the next few months we'll be hosting a search for a few new members of the board. So if you're a member of the community, if you loved this virtual conference, if you have goals or dreams for the albinism community, or you have things you think we can be doing better, we would love to hear from you. We'd love to see an application. Keep your eyes on your inboxes and on our social media feeds. In the next few weeks, we'll be releasing the application for the board. We'll also be hosting, as a new part of the process this July, an info session. So we'll announce the time in the next few weeks, but later in July, join us. If you're interested in potentially applying for the board, we'll have a Zoom call, give you more information, answer questions, share a little bit about our experiences on the board and what we might be looking for. But we hope that'll be a helpful way to give you more information about the process. So we very much look forward to meeting some of you, reviewing your applications and getting to know you. And if you're interested in becoming more involved with NOAA, we would love to hear from you. So keep your eyes out and please consider applying for the board. Thank you.
Year 2020 AD. As the world was experiencing unprecedented times, the NOAA family still found a way to virtually connect and have a great conference. While this conference was over, the thought of the next one was on everybody's mind. Since it's only 2 years that NOAA congregates from all over the country, this operation was of the utmost importance. Choosing the right location was entrusted to a special group of the NOAA family. Our brave NOAA leaders set out on a perilous mission to make sure that NOAA's future and the goal of seeing our friends again was secure. We joined them working from their kitchens.
Hi, Tom Brady. This is Mike McGowan from NOAA. I was calling to see if you could maybe help us out with a little favor. You know, I know you're like a famous guy in Boston, and we're looking for a place to have a conference for our organization in 2022, and we're looking for places on the East Coast. So I know that you've gone to Tampa Bay, but you know, if you have any friends in Boston or Tampa Bay that could help us find a place to have about 1,000 people, and you know, you're welcome to come too if you'd like, and you can bring anybody you want, like Gronk or whatever. So anyway, if you have any ideas, we'd really appreciate it if you could get back to me. Again, Mike McGowan with NOAA. Thanks. Hi, Tina Fey. This is Mike McGowan, and I'm the Executive Director of NOAA, and we're looking for a place to have our conference in 2022 on the East Coast. And you know, I'm from Chicago, and you know, I know that you lived in Chicago when you worked in Second City, so I figured it was okay to call and see if maybe you had some friends in New York that could help us find a place. Well, if you do, and you can find anything, please give me a call back. Thanks, Tina. Bye. Hello, Kevin Hart. This is Mike McGowan from NOAA, and I'm calling with a request for you. I see that you are from Philadelphia, and oh, by the way, I really love your stand-up. I think that you're a great comedian. You make me laugh all the time, and I especially loved you in Captain Underpants. But anyway, we're having a conference, and we're looking for a place to have it, and Philadelphia is in the area that we're looking for. So if you have any contacts that could help us find a place to have our conference in 2022, I'd really appreciate it if you could get back to me. Thank you. Hi, Sandra Bullock. This is Mike McGowan from NOAA, and we're a genetic support group, and we're looking to have our 2022 conference somewhere on the East Coast. And I see that you're from Virginia, and oh, by the way, I loved you in all of your movies. I've been a big fan of yours. Well, we had a little problem with the heat, but we can look past that. But anyway, if you have any friends that you could help us maybe find a place for our conference in 2022, maybe near Washington, D.C., or maybe in Virginia Beach or somewhere like that. Anyway, if you have any suggestions and can help us with that, I'd really appreciate it if you get back to me. Thank you. Hi, Luke Bryan. This is Mike McGowan from NOAA, and we're looking for a place to have our national conference somewhere on the East Coast in 2022. And I know you're from Georgia, and oh, by the way, I really love your music. Most People Are Good is one of my all-time favorite country music songs, and I just am excited even to be just leaving you a voicemail message. Anyway, we need a place for maybe about 1,000 people to get together. And since you're from Georgia and you're a famous country singer, maybe you could help us find a place, say in Atlanta or someplace like that. Well, if you can help us with that, please let me know and get back to me. Thanks. Hi, Mickey. It's Mike McGowan with NOAH.
Hey, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Sorry we missed seeing you in California this year, but our friends at the Orange County Hyatt Regency invited us back, and we're going to be there again in 2024.
Hot dog.
Oh, but Mickey, the place where we're going to have the 2024 conference is a secret, so keep it under your hat.
Right.
But now we have to figure out where to have our conference in 2022. We usually go somewhere in the eastern part of the country, but I've been calling a lot of friends to try to find a place, and nobody's calling me back.
I have an idea. Say, you want to come inside my clubhouse?
Wow, isn't that in Orlando at Walt Disney World? That's in the east. That'll work for us.
Super.
That's a great idea. There are plenty of hotels down there that would accommodate the NOAH family. It sounds like a ton of fun. We'll see you in 2022, Mickey. Thanks.
That's great. See you real soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Marlena Barber, and I had the privilege of putting together our very first Persons with Albinism choir back in 2018 at the NOAH conference in Kansas City. We were hoping to bring you another live performance at this year's closing ceremony, which would have been held in Orange County, California. But when it became clear that we needed to shift to a virtual conference, we decided to put out a call a couple of months ago asking for people with albinism over the age of 12 if they might be interested in participating in a virtual choir. Participants were charged with the task of learning a song independently and then figuring out the technology to record themselves singing their own individual part. Some use smartphones, some use tablets, some set up their computer desktop cameras to record themselves. And lastly, they needed to trust us with their performance to mix it into an audio and visual presentation that you will see in just a few moments. We ended up receiving 35 video submissions, and we are so proud and grateful to our participants for their hard work and effort to make this project possible. We'd also like to thank NOAH for bringing us together once again through song. And I would also like to personally thank my husband, Mark, who doesn't have albinism, but loves our NOAH community so much that he would give of his time and talent in audio and video editing this project. In a time where we can't be together in person, and in a time that might feel a bit isolating for some, we hope that this song and video will remind you that you are not alone. So without further ado, we hope you enjoy the NOAH Virtual Choir performance of the song You Will Be Found from the Broadway show Dear Evan Hansen.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
And oh, someone will come running,
And I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you,
And when you're broken on the ground,
you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in,
'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again.
lift your head and look around.
you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
NOAH, the National Organization for Albinism and Hypopigmentation's mission is to act as a conduit for accurate and authoritative information about all aspects of living with albinism,
and to provide a place where people with albinism and their families in the U.S. and Canada can find acceptance, support, and fellowship.
There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone. If you only say the word from across the silence, your voice is heard. Oh,
I know someone who really needed to hear this today, so thank you, NOAH, for doing what you're doing.
It's so easy to feel alone, but we're not alone. None of us.
None of us.
None of us are alone.
Thank you, Noah, for giving us a space to remember we're not alone. To be together.
To find each other.
sending love from Michigan.
Boston.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
to take you home, to take you home. Someone will come running to take you home, to take you home, to take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new. All is new. It's filling up the empty, and suddenly I see that all is new. All is new. You are not alone. 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 You are not alone.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you.
When you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So the sun comes streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
After the performance, please join us in the Albinism Town Square to connect virtually one last time.